And with the part of Elden Ring that I'm in right now, I feel like we made really great progress yesterday. For those who are not following along the playthrough, not to spoil, but basically I now have a hybrid build. And what that means is that I'm not pigeonholed into only playing one style. Even though I've played in that style up to this point, essentially, now my style is changing for the better. And I find it absolutely hilarious that because I'm actually getting better at the game, and because my playing style is becoming more diverse so that I can take on more situations, people are complaining. I find that fucking hilarious. It's like these people, really, these people are so small-minded and so one-track minded that if you're not suffering constantly playing a From Software game that it's not entertaining, I don't care anymore. I really don't. Like I told you guys, I know that I can please some of the people all of the time, but I can't please everyone all the time. There's one group of people that literally cannot be pleased, and it's this group of people. To give you some elaboration of what I'm talking about before we talk about the schedule for the rest of the week. So yesterday I was playing Elden Ring. I'm in Liernal, which is essentially the second area in the game you're supposed to go to after the original Limgrave area. Okay? And I'm exploring. I'm finding, dungeons with crazy sorcerer NPCs that are trolls and pains in the ass. I'm like, wow, this is ridiculous, but what are you going to do? That's Dark Souls. I find another underground dungeon with challenging enemies and new enemy types, which is sweet, and a boss that honestly is kind of the same boss I already fought, but with combat variations. And I think I'm going to say a little bit about that this morning, for sure. We'll talk a little bit about Dark Souls, Elden Ring reusing a lot of things from Dark Souls, because oh my god, I had a revelation last night too. Okay. So anyway, so I'm exploring Liernal, and minor spoiler alert for those who are watching the playthrough, okay? If you haven't gotten to this point yet. Minor spoiler alert, and Turtle Dude, you showed up at the right time. Turtle Dude showed up at exactly the right time. Turtle Dude, yesterday when I was playing Elden Ring, I found a giant turtle. And this turtle is really cool. He reminded me of the giant turtle from Neverending Story, except that he's not that big, but he's pretty big. And this turtle, okay, can teach you any spell in the game if you give him a spell book, all right? So it just so happens, right, that I found a spell book on the road. Thank you to Darziak, who had actually told me about this. He said there's a knight on the road with lightning abilities. If you kill him, you'll get your first lightning spells. Sounds good to me. So I fought him. I kicked his ass. Gave the spell book to the turtle. The turtle says you can now learn lightning spells. So I got Lightning Spear. Now, anyone who's followed my history with FromSoft would know the infamous history that I have with Lightning Spear. I mean, hell, I have a fucking intro picture drawn by a fan that says the return of Dick Lightning in Elden Ring. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, it is official. Dick Lightning has returned to Elden Ring. It's like it's been a full circle because I haven't done this in a long time now. Dark Souls 2 was the last time where a faith build was effective for me, but we're doing it. And it basically is making my combat more diverse, because now I still have the Golden Halberd, which is very powerful. But if I'm fighting an enemy that really up-close fighting isn't super effective, or maybe it's more of a hit-and-run kind of a deal, I can alternate to the Lightning Spear and use it as ranged combat. Now, I will not spoil, because if you didn't see the videos yesterday, the last video of Elden Ring I put out yesterday was the best I feel in the entire series I've done so far. There was a boss that was tough, not kicking my butt tough, but still pretty tough. And I said, now what if I alternate between melee and using these ranged lightning spears? It worked perfectly. And for the first time, I felt like this is how they want you to play. They want you to be versatile. They want you to be able to do melee, but also on the fly, switch to ranged. They want you to be very mobile on the horse, but if you need to, get off. Basically, this is the way the game is meant to be played. It's all these different styles hashed together. Like I've been telling you guys, Elden Ring really feels like the culmination of everything FromSoft has done up to now. Plus, there's a horse now. So it's kind of like everything we've done in one, plus also learn to ride a horse and implement that into your gameplay style too. And it's taking a while. I'm 26 hours into the game. I'm 30 hours into the game. Holy shit. And it's just kind of hitting me now. This is what they want you to do. Like, this is the epitome of what you can do in a game like this. Okay? So I was like, wow, it blew me away. I had so much fun with this boss fight when I figured out what they wanted me to do. And then when I won, I was like, dude, this is the best moment so far. And I'm actually really pumped to jump back into Elden Ring and keep leveling both the lightning, but also other stats that are going to make me more viable in combat. And I'm like, wow, I can't wait. I seriously can't wait. Okay? So anyway, the funny part about this is, the stream ends and people are whining on the fucking stream.
Oh no. Oh, Phil's using lightning. Oh.
Hold on a second. Using ranged attacks and lightning. Literally the reactions. I'm not joking. That clicked the wrong thing. Hold on. Literally the reactions. I'm like, what are you fucking shitting me? They're acting like whining babies. Oh, how dare Phil improve his build so now as he continues to play the game, he'll be more versatile and probably won't be stomped into paste by every fucking enemy that he encounters. Seriously. They were complaining that I started using ranged attacks. I give up. I officially give up trying to please those morons. I totally give up. There's no way you can please those people. Because I have now slightly improved my gameplay style because that's what the game actually intends. Forget the fact that I'm literally not using ashes to summon assists for any boss fights, right? I've completely written that out. I did it like once, and all I saw was complaints about it. It makes the game too easy. So I decided I will not do summons for boss fights. I'll just fight them one-on-one like it's always been in Dark Souls, okay? So already, I'm completely ignoring a gameplay mechanic to make the game harder for me, okay? Then I get a good weapon. Why? Because I basically had not so good weapons for a while to tough it out and put the stats in so I could use the golden halberd. They complained about that. Oh, he's using a weapon that's good. Yeah, that's the point of the game, you fucking idiot. Not the first run. Even, I'll tell you even this. Even pro players, alright? Professional level FromSoft players have outright said, my first run is the experimentation run. What you're trying to do is figuring out what's a good build. You're trying to figure out what's a good weapon. This is not a challenge run. This is not a speed run. The first run is your exploratory run. And in a lot of ways, your first run through a FromSoft game is your best one because your eyes are open to all the things in the world. Now, you can have badass runs later. Oh, I want to just do this challenge run where only fists, or I'm only going to use a crappy level 1 sword, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that. But even pros don't do that their first run. The point is to enjoy the game, try to figure out the builds, okay, and have a good time with the game. Seriously, that's how it's supposed to be fucking played. These idiots sit here and I'm destroying my microphone. Every little thing that I do in the game is a complaint. So, you know what? I don't care about those fucking people. I don't. They can go fuck themselves. I don't give a shit about those people who are going to sit here and complain about every piece of Dark Souls gameplay being implemented that I've learned, every piece of advancement I'm making, learning better builds and stuff. Oh, fuck you. I don't care. You're the same people, and I mean it. You're the same people who demand the death counter. Even though no one else does a fucking death counter. There is no demands on other streamers to have a death counter in their Dark Souls or FromSoft playthroughs. I know, because I've now seen some of their videos and streams, and they don't ever get that kind of demand from their audience, because their audience isn't a bunch of fucking idiots. Okay? Being honest. It's funny because the vast majority of people who watch my Dark Souls gameplay, who watch my FromSoft gameplay, don't care about the death counter. What I've noticed is that there's a small group of very vocal people who whine and complain and demand these ridiculous, unreasonable things of me because they want to see me suffer. Why death counter? Because we want to see how many times you fail and laugh at you. Why don't we want you to use ranged gameplay or a good weapon? Because we want to see you constantly suffer and get pummeled into paste by the enemies in the game. So basically what you're saying is, you guys are a bunch of fucking assholes. Yeah. But the thing is, that's not my main audience, and I know that. I know that the majority of you are here to chill with me, have fun, and enjoy games at face value. You want to hear my honest reactions to the game. But there is a group of people who always come back for FromSoft games who are this really whiny, demanding, vocal group. And I don't care about them anymore. Just being honest, I don't. I don't give a shit. The same people who complained when I got the Black Knight Halberd in Dark Souls 1. Like, dude, I didn't ask for it. I didn't look for it. It literally dropped into my fucking lap as a random spawn, and you're going to complain that I got it. How is it my fault? That's how the game was made, you fucking idiots. Seriously, like, this shit has to stop with, you know what? This playthrough is a single-player playthrough. This is not Phil versus the world in a competition of how well he can play the game. It's I play the game and enjoy it, and you enjoy my honest reactions, my honest discoveries, and everything. And if you don't like that, if that's not what you're here for, leave. No, really. Leave. Go the fuck away and stop bothering all of us who are here to have a positive time. Because this little whining-ass attitude is not going to get put up anymore. If I see it, it's gone. I mean it, too. Like, I've had enough, and I've definitely decided, that basically the more I see this bullshit attitude, it's gone from my streams. I'm not, you know, I'm okay with, you want a death counter, fuck it. I don't care. It's so stupid. It's pointless, especially when I'm purposely fighting bosses I know I'm underleveled for to see if I can overcome tremendous challenge. Like, let's be honest, the death counter is what, like 290? But if you actually subtract my losses from for those 3 bosses that I shouldn't have been fighting that early, it would probably be like 100. Yeah, because all those deaths were from the same fucking bosses. So, who cares, right? It means nothing to me. It really doesn't. It's just stupid, but it is annoying and a waste of time that I have to keep updating the darn thing. I'm not measuring the size of my E-dick to say, oh, because I died less than or more than everyone, or I beat this part faster than everyone else, or look what I found and no one else knew this about the game. I don't care. I'm playing it for me and to have a good time with my audience, period. I'm not here to prove that I'm a good player or anything. I don't care, okay? I really don't. So, that being said, I don't care about these unpleasable people who are just going to sit here and complain about everything possible. Oh my god, Phil's using lightning bolts now. Oh, this will ruin the playthrough. No, it will ruin your experience because you're here for the wrong reasons, because you're an immature, moronic idiot who just wants to see me suffer, and you don't deserve to fucking be here. If you're actually trying to make a streamer suffer, you shouldn't be on their fucking stream, you idiot. And by the way, what the hilarious part about all that is, the people who are the most demanding are usually the people who don't support anything anyway, right? They don't support the streams. They just sit here to whine, complain, and demand and never actually give back. So fuck them. I really don't give a fuck about them. From now on, I'm just moving forward with the Elden Ring, and the moment I see someone whining, oh, look, he's over-leveled, he's overpowered. Bye. Done. And continue on. Not going to listen to them. It's complete nonsense anyway. It's white noise. It's just not nonsensical blathering from a bunch of fucking babies. And I'm not putting out with it anymore. Alright? So anyway. The fun of this game is exploring and finding these things and then adding them to the way you play it. And man, like I said, by the end of yesterday's Elden Ring stream, I was blown away I was like, wow, so the hybrid approach is perfect. Riding the horse, using range attacks, swooping in and attacking with your melee a little bit, dodging the attacks. This is sweet. I was like, that was like one of the best boss fights I've ever had in a game. I was like, this is so good, and I hope the game has many more fights like this. Okay? So, very good, and I had tons of fun, and I'm very excited. I'm very excited for more Elden Ring. Okay? What's hilarious about this is Lekmik just said, in Dark Souls 2, you did a redemption run exactly because you used lightning spell in your first run. All of a sudden, now you're surprised people take issue with it. In the first run of Dark Souls 2, lightning was overpowered, but I used it because I found out it was overpowered when I was playing, and I said, fuck it, they put it in the game. People demanded a second run. In the second run, I did dual wielding, and then the same fucking people complained that dual wielding's overpowered. How dare I play it like that? And so I don't care anymore. You see what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter. This is a classic case of moving the goalpost. Okay? Moving the goalpost. It's bullshit. Whenever I do one thing, that's not good enough. Here's the next demand. Okay, I do that. That's not good enough. Here's the next demand.